Today, guys, I'm going to talk about why Apple sucks and why I won't use another iPhone possibly ever again with some of the new policies and things Apple have instituted since the 15 Pro Max has come out. Is it a great phone? No problems with it being a phone. But the ecosystem that everybody was tied in with, that ecosystem, yeah, that's changed. And fuck them blue bubbles. The major issue comes down to, and it's not just me, other people have had this exact same issue. But when you try to sign in to the Apple App Store, it will fail. Now, it wasn't failing at all. It was doing pretty good. And then I noticed that it was saying that there was a billing issue. And I was like, weird. I don't really have a billing issue. Sorry, guys, I'm getting some food. So I'm trying to see if I can pull this up real quick. All right, so here is the issue. Now, I'm not attached to anybody's family or anything like that with Apple, right? But I screen grabbed this while I could, and you guys can see that right there. There's an issue with the family members. So here's what happens. I call Apple directly. I contact their support, and here's what Apple says. Apple says, which I have to be honest, I couldn't believe this. I really couldn't. And I was talking with my good buddy Tech702, who also does tech here on YouTube, because he was having a similar issue where he's not even able to download free apps, doesn't have any payments, doesn't have any past due subscriptions, nothing, absolutely zero. I have no anything. I'm not subscribed to anything. I'm not paying for anything. I literally use the iPhone for iMessage, and everything else goes through on my S24 Ultra, my OnePlus Open, or the OnePlus 12. That's it. All right, so basically what it came down to, I talked to Apple support, and they end up, I don't know who I talked to first, but then they end up transferring me to some person in like Austin, Texas or whatever, right? And they're going into my account. Now, granted, I've had this same Apple account since I converted the car channel Beamerman to TK's Garage, right? Like, this has been since like 2015, 2014, whenever the hell that was, 2015, whenever I had the older car channel, when it was still Beamerman. It's when I got this account, all right? It's when I got this Apple account. So, needless to say, or back, I think it was either the iPhone 5 or the iPhone 4S. Like, it's been a minute, right? So I talked to this person, and they look at it, and they go, yeah, your account is blocked from purchases. So anyways, I talked to them, and they say, look, your account is blocked from purchases until the person in your family group or somebody you shared a product or service with Apple satisfies their debt with Apple. And I'm like, all right, cool. How much is it? Can you just tell me? Because if they're like, look, if it was like somebody I shared a folder for photos with, or like maybe I shared a subscription to like Apple Music or something back in the day with somebody, because remember they had that thing where you could do that, right? Then fine. I would happily just pay the $10 or just restore my account so I can use it. You know what I'm saying? What do they say? Oh, we can't tell you that information. I'm like, well, how the fuck am I supposed to resolve the situation if you don't tell me how much it is or who it is or what? Like, I've had this account since 2015. Like, I've been with a few females. And they were like, yeah, we can't tell you the situation. So they escalate it. They finally get back to me, and they tell me that they can't tell me how much is owed, and I can't pay it. But because an ex-girlfriend from 2017 didn't pay for some product or service or whatever it was that Apple had, right? I can no longer download apps, and I would have to create an entirely new app store. Not just that. Here's the thing. Now I have like Apple Cloud, right? I was paying for like, I don't know, 2 terabytes or whatever. Every single month I was paying for terabytes upon terabytes of storage. And yeah, can't do that anymore either. So for me, that was the last straw for me. For me, Apple is done. I don't give a shit about Apple. I mean, the issue comes in where, you know, I use this stuff for business, right? I was using a MacBook and Final Cut Pro to edit videos, right? My defense contracting company has iMac Pro, whatever the hell they're called. But now all of that stuff, granted, that's under a different, you know, business account or whatever, but I purchased all of them under this same Apple ID. And the fact that you could limit or disable all of my Apple devices for something that does not come back to me, ooh, hell no. Now, I don't know if Google, someone's going to say Samsung could do the same thing or Google can do the same thing. Maybe. Maybe they can. I don't know. All I know is Apple did it to me, and it's enough for me to tell them to go suck a lot of dicks. Like, I don't care. For me, I don't have to use your products. If somebody really wants to get a hold of me, and they want to send me an iMessage, they can do that. I'll get to them when I'm on my MacBook, and respond to them. But outside of that, I don't care. You can start learning how to text like everybody else, or using WhatsApp like I use, or something else, because I'm sorry. Like, for me, I'm done with the Apple shit. Like, that was enough of a straw for me, where you can affect my entire account for something that has zero to do with me. Nah, that's some authoritarianism type shit. I'm good. I don't need it. So for you guys that are like super Apple fans, and you're like, well, why you shit on the iPhone? You blah, blah, blah. You shit on the iPhone. I'm not. And he's just an iPhone hater. I get one of these every single year, and have every single year, and use it every single year, except 2024. I won't be buying this iPhone. Save it. Screen record this shit, whatever you want. You won't see me doing videos on an iPhone 16 Pro Max or any of that shit later this year. Not going to happen. I'm done. You're not going to disable a 15... They haven't disabled my phone. I can still use it. You know, like, all of my apps and services and stuff still work. But the first time that these apps have to update, and I can't get into... You know, you can see, like, I already got apps in here now. Caesars and a couple other ones that I got to update, right? But when I go in to click update, unless I want to create an entirely new Apple ID, I no longer can use the App Store. So all that money I invested into all of those apps and everything else means nothing. That ain't shit. And for me, that's enough. You could burn me that one time, I'm good. I'll happily use my S24 Ultra, all of my different folding phones. I will happily replace that iPhone, because this is my primary, my daily. I'll happily replace that iPhone with the S24 Ultra as my second phone. And guess what? I won't miss the iMessage at all. There's only a few people that are just Apple sheep that I have to message on that, and they can send me an email. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Has this happened to you? Have you seen it? Because I'm starting to see articles about it with other people, and I think it's funny. I just think it's funny that somebody I shared a folder with for photos or storage in 2017 that has nothing to do with my account gets my account limited or where I can't use it. Hilarious. That's Apple for you.